Good morning. Welcome all to the flow control statements in R programming. Let's see some of the flow control statements that are used in R programming. The first statement, as we have seen in the previous video, we are assigning 5 to the variable A. We are assigning 5 to the variable A. So how to write a if statement in R programming? So you have the syntax if within bracket the condition. So if A less than 7, open the flower bracket, then you have the true condition inside the flower bracket. So what this code will do is it will check if A is less than 7 and then it will assign A into 5, that is 7 into 5, 35 to B, and to C it will assign 35 into 3. Then it will print, this message statement will print the sentence and the values given inside. So it will print the value of B and it will print the value of C. So let's execute this and see. So for executing, you have to select all the statements and then go for the run. So if you run this, you get B is 25, that is 5 into 5, 25, and C is 25 into 3, that is 75. So next we are going to see how inside the if control flow, how are we going to have the else condition. So for that the syntax is if within bracket condition, flower bracket, the true statements, and then you have to mention the keyword else, then the flower bracket, then the false condition. So here we are having A equal to 8 and we are checking whether A is less than 7. So this is the true condition. This will not be executed since we have the value of A equal to 8. So the else condition will be executed. So we'll be having A is greater than 7. So this will be printed. So let's execute this and see. So here we can see A is greater than 7. So this is how we are going to mention the if statement with the else condition. That is the false condition of the if statement. So next we are going to see else if. Else if means in the else statement we are going to have another condition. Okay, so here we are assigning A equal to minus 8 and we are checking if A is less than 0. So it is already less than 0. So this message will be executed. That is the true condition. A is negative will be executed. Else if, and you give the condition again here, else space if. It is not else continuous if, it is else space if, and then you have A equal to 0. That is you are checking the condition. So you are giving double equal to 0. So if it is equal to 0, then the message A is 0 is printed. Otherwise it is again checking else if A is greater than 0, it is going to print the message A is positive. So now let's see for A is negative, that is for A equal to minus 8. So let me execute this statement for A equal to minus 8. Here you can see that A is negative is printed. Suppose if you are going to assign A equal to 0 here and then execute the same statement. So let's see what happens. So it is printing A is 0. It is printing A is 0. So suppose if I am going to assign A equal to 8, a positive value, and then again executing the same statements. So we'll get the value as A is positive. A is positive is printed. Okay. So this is how we give the else if condition in a if statement. So next in the same line we can have both if else statement. This is another syntax. So you can have if else within bracket the condition. The first one is the condition. So this one is the condition. A less than B is the condition. And this is the true part of the if statement. So if A is less than B, this part will be executed. If A is not less than B, this part, that is the false condition, will be executed. So now in our case, A is 3 and B is 5. So A is actually less than B. So the true statement, that is A is less than B, has to be executed. Let's execute and see. So here you can see A is less than B is printed. Suppose if you have A equal to 5 and B equal to 3 and again execute the same statement, it will show A is greater than B. So you can see that A is greater than B is printed. Okay. So this is about the if statement. Now next we are going to see the switch statement. Switch statement is you have switch keyword, then the bracket, then the actual value of the switch statement is the first one. Then comma, you have if the value is color, then you print red. If the value is shape, then you print circle. If the value is radius, then you return 10. So now let's execute this statement and see what is returned. So it returns red. It returns red. So now in the next one, we have the value as position. But this position is not given anywhere inside the switch statement. Only color, shape and radius are given. So now suppose if I execute this statement, what will happen? You will not get any result because position is not there in the switch. Suppose if you want to give some value, if the value is not mentioned, you can mention a keyword default. So this will print for all the other cases other than color, shape and radius. So if I execute this switch statement now, if I execute this and see, you will see the default value printed. The default value is printed here. Okay. So now next let's see the switch statement. It is having the value 2. The first part of the switch statement is the value 2. It means it is going to return the second value. The second value here is green. The first value is red, second value is green, third value is blue. So it is going to return green. So now let me execute this and I can see that green is returned. So this is about the switch statement. Now let's see the loop structures used in R programming. So this is the first type of loop, that is using the keyword repeat. Okay, so this repeat will be repeating until we give a condition and we give a break statement. That is, we have to explicitly mention that we have to break the loop. Okay, so first we are assigning A equal to 1. Then we are having repeat flower bracket. So we are going to execute these statements which are inside the flower bracket. All the statements will be executed inside the loop. So the first statement inside the loop is the message inside the loop. Then we are having a if statement. If A equal to 3, we are going to check if A equal to 3. Then we are going to increment A by 1. Then we say next. So when I say the keyword next, it means that it will skip the remaining part of the loop and it will go back to the repeat. So that is, if I say next, all these statements will be skipped. That is the message, the value of A is and A equal to A plus 1, if A greater than 5, all this will be skipped. So then it will go back again into the loop. Okay, so the next statement is message. The value of A is A. So this message will be, this part of the statement will be executed only if A not equal to 3. If A equal to 3, it will increment A and it will cut the loop. It will go to the next loop, next loop, that is with A equal to 4. Okay, so suppose if A is not equal to 1, then these statements will be executed. So we have message value of A is A, then we are incrementing A, then we are checking if A is greater than 5, then we give the message exiting the loop, and then we are giving the break statement. As I told you earlier, this break statement will help you to come out of the loop immediately. So once this break statement is encountered, the loop is completed. It comes out of the loop. Okay, so now what happens here? We are assigning A equal to 1. So first time it enters the loop. So it will print inside the loop. Then it will check whether A is equal to 3. It is not 3. So it comes here. Then the value of A is printed, that is 1 is printed. Then A equal to A plus 1. Now A becomes 2. So then you're going to check if A is greater than 5. No. So it comes out. Again it goes back to the loop. Now it is coming again inside the loop. Then you are checking whether A equal to 3. No. Now A equal to 2. So it skips this and then it comes here. Then it says message the value of A is 2. Then you are incrementing A again. So now A becomes 3. So now you are checking if A is greater than 5. No. Then again it goes back to the loop. Then it says inside the loop. Then if it is checking A equal to 3. Now A equal to 3. So it enters inside this if statement. Then A equal to A plus 1. That is A becomes 4 now. And then next. So it is not going to print all this message. And then again it is going back to the repeat. And it comes inside the loop again with A equal to 4. Now you are checking A value, it is not equal to 3, so it comes here. So the message, the value of A is 4 is printed, then A equal to A plus 1, A becomes 5. Now you are checking if A is greater than 5, no it is not 5. So again it goes back to the loop, then it is again coming inside the loop. Now A not equal to 3, then the value of A is printed, now A equal to A plus 1, that is A becomes 6. So now if A is greater than 5 is executed, it goes inside this if statement and it will say exiting the loop and then it will break the loop. So this is how the repeat loop construct is going to work. So let me execute this and see whether I am getting the results as I expected. So here you can see I have executed. First time it comes inside the loop, A value is 1. Second time it comes inside the loop, A value is 2. Third time it comes inside the loop, A value equal to 3. So it will not be printed because we are going to the next statement. Then again comes inside the loop, then A value is 4. Then again comes inside the loop, then A value is 5. And once it becomes 6, it exits the loop. This is how it is working. The same this same construct can also be written using another way of looping, that is using the while statement. In the while statement, we mention a condition. We mention the condition that A is less than or equal to 5. It means that the loop will happen only if the value of A is less than or equal to 5. If the value of A is greater than 5, it comes out of the loop. So we are giving the condition initially in the while statement. This does not happen in the repeat statement. So the same set of code inside as we saw in the repeat statement. So now I am going to execute this. So here we do not have the break statement because we have the condition in the while statement. So I have A equal to 1. So it will print 1, 2. It will not print 3. It will print 4, 5 and then it will exit the loop. See here. A equal to 1 is printed, A equal to 2 is printed, 3 is not printed, 4 and 5 is printed, then it comes out of the loop. So this is how we run the while statement. The next type of looping is the for loop. So for the for loop, we have to initialize a variable I. So this I value will be given in the range. Use the keyword in. 1:5. It means I takes the value 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 subsequently. So what happens here? J equal to I star I. So you're squaring the value. When I takes the value 1, 1 square is 1. When I takes the value 2, 2 square is 4. I takes the value 3, 3 square is 9. Similarly, it goes on. The message, it is going to print you the square of I is j. That is, square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9, etc. So this is going to happen for I equal to 1 to 5. So let us execute this statement and see. So what happens? It shows the square value of 1 is 1, 2 is 4, 3 is 9, 4 is 16, 5 is 25. Similarly, we can have in the for statement, the I value need not be a number. It can be an array of Boolean values like C means stands for vector or array. True, false, NA. So it takes three values, true, false, NA. The first value is true, second value is false, third value is NA. So it is going to print the I value. So first it will print true, second it will print false, third it will print NA. So let's run this and see. See here, this statement is true, this statement is false, this statement is NA is printed. This is how the for loop executes. Now let's see an example of the for loop which has the I value as a list. List is nothing but a two-dimensional array. Suppose if you have the value of A is the array 1, 2, 3. It is the array of numbers. Next, the value B, the variable B takes the values A, character values A, B, C and D. Next, we have the variable D which takes the value true and false. So now we are forming a list of A, B, D and storing that in L. So then this L is passed as an argument to this I inside the for loop. So for I equal to L means it is going to first print A value, then it is going to print B value, then it is going to print D value. A value is 1, 2, 3. B value is A, B, C, D. D value is true, false. So let's execute this and see whether we get the result as we expected. See here, the value of the list is 1, 2, 3. Next is A, B, C, D. The third one is true, false. So this is how the for loop is executed. So in this session we have seen how to write the if statement, how to write if statement with the else condition, how to write if statement with the else if condition, and how to write if else in one single statement, then how to code the switch statements, then how to write a loop using the repeat statement, and how to write the same loop using the while syntax. Next, how to write the for loops using numbers, Boolean variables, list, etc. So hope this will be useful for you. Thank you.